in hydrogen water resource engineering. Next we see groundwater. As we know, the groundwater which is formed by the process of water cycle. At first the water in the ocean gets evaporated and turns into water vapor, and after convert into water vapor, it could condense and form as a condensation process in the heavy clouds. After that, the precipitation may occur. Precipitation which occur in the form of rain, snow, sleet, as we study in the unit 1. After precipitation, the rainfall which directly get into lakes and rivers. Certain amount of water will be gone under to water table, and remaining water will be as a runoff. This is what the water cycle. These are the process. The graphical example for water cycle. At first, ocean get evaporated, and plants also get transpiration process. These two combines to form evapotranspiration, and the evapotranspiration may form in the process of condensation. After condensation in the cloud, it gets precipitated into the land surface, and after it reaches the land surface, get some amount of water get infiltrated, and remaining amount get percolated into reach the groundwater surface, and remaining amount of excess runoff may occur in the and it will reaches the lake. After lakes, it reaches the river. After, at a last, it reaches the ocean. Groundwater, the water under the ground where the soil is completely filled with water, that is known as groundwater. Groundwater moves slowly in 1 mm to 1.6 km per day. Spring or water table meets a surface. Groundwater helps keeps rivers, lakes, wetlands full of water. Next one, aquifer. Aquifer, which means the ground, as we know, as that is a groundwater. And groundwater in aquifer, there is a 3 types: confined aquifer, unconfined aquifer, and perched aquifer. The water table is usually subdued replica of the land surface. Streams, rivers, lakes, ponds, marshes are intersection of the water table with the land surface. Groundwater usually moves in the downslope direction of the water table. Most groundwater discharge into the stream or into the ocean. This is the vocabulary, which means first ones the voids are present with the air only. In the down surface, the voids are filled with water, which is known as water table. Zone of aeration, area where the pores are in the rock and soils are empty of water. Next one, zone of saturation, area where the pore space in the rock soils are filled with water. And this is for the water table. Boundary between the zone of saturation and zone of aeration well must go below the water table to reach water. This is the porosity and permeability. Porosity is the percent of material volume, that is pore space. Permeability is how quickly water can travel through the material. That is in first diagram there is a no pores non-permeable layer. Next one, unconnected pore space. There is a porous non-permeable. Next one, connected to the pore space with porous permeable. What is well water? Well draws water from an aquifer. In well, we know the water is coming from the aquifer, whereas in bore wells the water is come from underground water table. That is known as confined aquifers. Cone of depression, created when the groundwater is pumped from the well, water table draw down and recovery after pumping. As we know, the static water level, the cone of depression may occur at a particular bedrock reaches. Under the bedrock, the water may get out through the borewell. Pumping lower to the cone of depression, original water table level. Next one, after over pumping over to the cone of depression, this is the lower the cone of depression dries up the stream. Original homeowner must spend drill to deeper wells, etc. As we dumping the closer depression, land spreading slurry on the shallow soil, unlined sillage slump, uncontrolled farmyard runoff, septic tank system in the shallow. These are all the dangerous sewage which gone through the ground surface, which cause the water table to infiltrate. Dust storm during drought in Kansas, over pumping from the wells and drought caused farmers to overspread the water budget. Next, Kavas, extensive chemical weathering requirement, abundant groundwater, soluble bedrock limestone. Next one, lowering of water table. Formation of canvas, fallen rocks from the roof, This is what the gully like structures may created in the ground surface. This is the structure of canvas. This is also the photopictorial difference for canvases. Hole on a tide ceiling while stagnants are in the canvas floors. This is the ice-like structure which is created on the underground surface, which is infiltrate into the water to the ground surface. As we know, this is the water cycle diagram. First, development of Karsa topography. Acidic groundwater dissolve limestone, then the water table drops, leaving empty kavas. Next one, ground above the kavas is eroded away. The next one, thin rock above the kavas collapse, creating a sinkhole. How do sinkhole form? This is what the sinkhole which is created between the land surfaces. As we know, what are the causes of sinkhole collapse means, which first one erosion, second one groundwater withdrawal, surface loading. This is a different form of sinkhole created in our country. This is the sinkhole. Another one pictorial explanation for this is also one of the sinkhole. These are all what is meant by groundwater and what are the effects which caused while the groundwater is lower. Thank you.